Hey there, Vols fans. Welcome to another episode of Tennessee Fan Talk. Your Vols, 4-0, number 8 in the country, hitting the road, going to LSU, who's 25th in the country, 4-1. A little bit better in conference because they've played 2 conference games and somehow managed to win them. We got a lot to talk about. Why Hendon Hooker is not getting the love that he should be. Why is ESPN calling this such a tough game for Tennessee? All that, a little bit more, including where we stand with our preseason picks. Not too much of that, just a little jab at the Duke since he can't be here. Talk about that right after we get into this intro. Get in here with us.
Hey Vols fans, welcome to Tennessee Fan Talk, the show that is by Tennessee fans for Tennessee fans and your source for hilarious weekly updates on everything Volunteers. And now for the moment you've been waiting all week for, here is Brandon Bird and the Duke.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode. We truly appreciate it. Podcast doing very well. Unable to do a video this week. We got the Duke already on the road to Baton Rouge, going down there with hopefully many of you guys to show up Big Orange style in the Bayou. Oh, Tennessee 4-0, looking to improve to 5-0. ESPN, this first little session here, ESPN saying that this is going to be a very tough game. Now, their hatred of the Vols over the years, of course they're going to say that. And then what fuels that up a little bit is LSU squeaking by Auburn and using that as, for some reason, a tough game for Tennessee. Let's just get right down to the stats. Both teams have 4 wins. Both of them have a undefeated home record. Okay, so now we're looking at that. And no, Duke, I did not say that they were home wreckers. The Tennessee puts up more points per game, 48.5 to their 35.6. We also allow 5 more points per game than LSU does. Our total yardage, a little over 100 more yards. We do that in the passing because they actually got us by about 2.5 yards on the ground. Total yards allowed, they allow 293.8 to Tennessee's 407. That attributes to just passing. Now, you do have to think about this. When Tennessee, late in a couple of these games, including the Florida game last week, where they played back a bit, didn't want to allow the big yardage, they allowed a lot of passing up front, and hence the passing yards allowed increases. Rushing yards allowed 97.8 to LSU's 109.2. So I can see where you're looking at these team averages, where it's a pretty even-killed game. When you dive a little further into that, look at Hooker, who is 81 for 113, average of 10.5 yards, a total yards of 1,193, 8 touchdowns, and the big thing about it is 0 interceptions. And you think that's great, that's wonderful, he's top of the class. Look at Daniels for LSU, 89 for 131. Just a little under on his percentage. 7 yards per pass, 915 total yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. 0. 2 quarterbacks in the SEC that have yet to throw an interception for this season. Hooker's travels back a little bit into last season, adding about 100 more attempts to that before you get back to an interception. Is Hooker Heisman material? I think Hooker is a Heisman candidate. However, you put him next to someone like Bryce Young, who manages to escape, elude sacks, and still make a play, all while running weird throws. I mean, we saw last week Hooker tried to make a sidearm short throw across his body, and it was just way off, where Bryce Young just makes that happen. Some of the stuff that he does under pressure is insane. And so until Hooker reaches that caliber, or I hate to say, with Bryce Young taking a beating to the shoulder last week, maybe he doesn't play as well or plays reserved, you may see Hooker stand up a little bit more in the spotlights. As compared to Daniels, I believe Hooker is more powerful, is more elusive. Daniels has some speed around the outside, which we saw against the last game there with Auburn. But I think Tennessee can take care of that. It has been up the middle. That has been the problem. Hopefully, they have that fixed. It seems as though they've had that fixed, only allowing so many or so few rushing yards. Speaking of, a couple of other things that's going Tennessee's way. Look at scoring offense. Tennessee leads the SEC in scoring offense, and that is with only 4 games. Every other team has played 5 games to this point. Tennessee, with only 4, leads the SEC in scoring offense. They also, I got to drop my screen down here, total offensive touchdowns. Alabama has them by 3. Tennessee in a close second place. However, Alabama has played 5 games. Total offense, again, shows it with Tennessee. Rushing touchdowns, Tennessee in second. Ole Miss leads that with 17, Tennessee with 15, again, with 1 less game. Pass efficiency as a team, we've seen Milton come in and others are 96 for 130, 0 interceptions. Another thing that Tennessee has been great in this year, thank God, finally they've gotten this down, and I don't want to jinx it, and that is red zone offense. Guys, you know how bad we were last year and prior years in red zone offense. This year, we are number 1. Through 4 games, 21 for 21, 100%, 18 touchdowns, 3 for 3 on field goals. Absolutely insane. The only other team that is 100% is, surprisingly, Vanderbilt, who has gone 17 for 17 with scores, 15 touchdowns through 5 games. Tennessee, a lot of people are looking. You go around and look on the threads, and you hear a lot of people that are just way too hyped up for this. We're back. We're back. We are better. And if Hooker can, if Hooker can stay healthy, and Heupel can keep his foot on the gas and keep the interest very high in recruiting, Tennessee's already got the best NIL package put together, arguably the best. If they can continue this method and get better every year, little by little, then I would say we're back. This year, it's game by game. And with Tillman being out, amongst others, it's going to get a little harder. Luckily, if we didn't have Brew McCoy helping Hyde in there, I would say we're in a little bit more trouble offensively, but grabbing him up was fantastic. So looking at this game, I can see, when you look at stats, how it is. You have to throw all of the other things. So we have the we're back, baby, and then you have the full naysayers. We've been here before. Guys, 2010, I believe that was the last time that we played them. I think that's what Stinch said in an interview on ESPN. 2010, there should not be anybody left in this program, staff-wise, that was around the last time we played them. I mean, if there's a 35-year-old water girl down there, we may need to pull her to the side and say, it's probably time to move on with life. But, so there is no, we've been here, we don't play them well, we don't play in Baton Rouge well. No one here has been a part of that. History is out the window when you go that long. History would be out the window if you were looking at if we'd only played there 5 years ago. This team does have something special, and if they can get firing on all cylinders, which it seems to improve week over week with the defense. There's a few things they need to lock down on. But I still have this as a dub. Speaking of which, we'll take just a quick little break here, turn it back around, and we'll just talk about where the Duke and I stand for this week's picks and then how we've done overall, just the numbers. Catch you.
Those big wireless companies try to lure you in with a new phone just to lock you into a contract. Not Simple Mobile. If you have a great smartphone you love, you can get a powerful nationwide 5G network without the contract. Just text the word BYOP to 611611 to see if your phone's compatible. Simple Mobile. Out with the old, in with the simple. Message and data rates may apply. Visit simplemobile.com/privacy policy for privacy policy and the terms and conditions at simplemobile.com/terms and conditions. Compatible 5G capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. 5G network not available in all areas. 5G upload speeds not yet available.
How about we heat things up tonight?
How so?
Get a little fresh, add some steam, sizzle, and spice.
Wait, you're talking about going to Outback again, aren't you? Fire things up at Outback Steakhouse. For a limited time, try our bloomin' fried shrimp or get fresh with our new strawberry salad. Go big with our bone-in ribeye or the filet and grilled shrimp on the barbie. Then cool off with a cucumber crush or pina koala. Try them all before they're gone. Let's Outback.
When we return. Hey, Tennessee fans, welcome back. Just want to hit this last little bit, the Duke and I. These are our preseason picks, which I have to say, overall, out of 56 total games played, I have gotten 49 correct, and the Duke has gotten 47 correct. Vandy has bit him on one of those, and the other was Tennessee to Florida, where he said that he thought we would lose. So going into week 6, these are our preseason rankings. I don't even give him the opportunity to change them. Texas A&M at Alabama. In our preseason shows, I've said that Saban will not lose to A&M twice, nor A&M's just not capable of doing it. I picked Alabama. The Duke picked A&M. Missouri at Florida. We both picked Florida. Auburn at Georgia. Come on, no-brainer. South Carolina and Kentucky may turn out to be a pretty good game. I still think Kentucky pulls it out in the end. Tennessee, LSU, I've got the Vols. Well, the Duke, he's going. He's wearing his orange, but he still thinks LSU comes out on top. Arkansas at Mississippi State. I have Mississippi State just because of the amount of offense that they can put on here, and Arkansas doesn't seem to know that there's 4 quarters of football. However, the Duke has picked Arkansas to win that game. Ole Miss at Vandy is just not even worth even mentioning. We know what's going on there. Pretty easy, but exciting week. Only, 7 games? And all of them should be pretty exciting. You know, and I make fun of the Missouri at Florida. With what Missouri accomplished last week with Georgia, they very well could come out and beat Florida. It's going to be a great, great weekend of football, and hopefully we are singing Rocky Top with a big victory. Hopefully we're seeing it 5-0. Y'all enjoy the game. Check back with us for post-game and episode 1 of next week, dropping out Monday. Have a good weekend. Go Vols.
Membership fees apply after free trial. Cancel anytime.
Can I be real for a second? That goal you have to exercise and eat better, you really can do it. But nobody is going to do it for you. And nobody has to, because you can do it if you have the right tools and a community that cares about helping you get results. And that's us, Beachbody. It's as convenient as your TV or laptop, but you need to decide that you're worth it. Let us help you succeed. Here's how. Go to beachbody.com to claim your free membership and start feeling great.